We need to find out what's going on with the weather and your storm teammate forecast. Kyle Underwood is in the 24-hour tracking center for us tonight with a cool down that we've got coming now. Kyle, good evening.
Yeah, big chill on the way in, Leon. I'm actually pretty pleased to be at work because the power's been out of my house since 3 o'clock this morning. We're transitioning. That ice storm ended overnight, did its damage, knocked down countless trees onto countless power lines, and thousands of you without power tonight. Storm Track Live shows that there's very little precipitation left out there right now, just some very light snow showers. Those will continue through the course of the night, although accumulations tonight should be pretty light. But with winds shifting, stiff north breeze coming down Lake Michigan, we're expecting lake effect snow to set up, and it'll wrap right into Allegan, Berrien, Van Buren, and Kalamazoo County, and that's why we're under a winter weather advisory for additional snow, mainly late tonight and tomorrow. I have a snowfall forecast map. I'll show you what we're expecting coming up in a few minutes. Right now, temperatures, though, have cooled back. If we can get back to graphics, you'll see we've got 20s starting to descend on West Michigan, already down to 26 in Fremont, 24 in Big Rapids. Still 31 here in Grand Rapids, but notice there is a lot of cool air off to our north and off to our west. This cold air that you see on the top of your map is going to come down, and we're talking about a big chill on the way for West Michigan. Tonight, temperatures cool back into the low 20s here by midnight. Overnight lows will be right around 20 degrees as that lake effect snow starts to kick up. Hang on for a few minutes. I have my snowfall forecast map, what we're expecting for lake effect snow here over the next 24 hours, plus a very cold week as we head through Christmas week. That's coming up.
Okay, Kyle, thank you. Right now, we do want to take a look at where the numbers stand as far as power outages go tonight in Allegan County. 4,600 customers are without power. 19,000 in Berry County, 9,300 in Calhoun, 4,600 in Ionia County, 5,500 in Kalamazoo, and in Kent County, a whopping 26,000 customers are in the dark right now. We know Consumers Energy crews have been staying on top of this nonstop to get that power back on, but tonight we know that the power won't be restored to some residents in West Michigan until as late as Friday. Right now, Brian Wheeler with Consumers Energy is joining us on the phone. Brian, I know your crews have been easy. Good evening. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Good evening.
Bring us up to speed, if you can, on where you stand as far as getting the power back on for some of the folks here in West Michigan.
Yeah, today has been a challenging day because obviously we still had ice conditions and tree limbs falling down throughout the area all through the morning and into the afternoon. Our first priority has been to assess the situation as best we can and make sure that people are safe, making sure that the down power lines are de-electrified and kept safe so that people aren't coming in contact with them. Now we think with the bad weather being gone, the next focus is to begin the restoration process.
All right, now many folks are going to hear that we just got word that some folks, I think namely Calhoun County, they're not going to see any lights until Friday with all this cold. A lot of folks are going to ask, Brian, what's taking so long? What's going to take so long here?
The biggest challenge that we faced with this storm is the ice. And what that has done is it's knocked down power lines and knocked trees and limbs onto those lines. There are a huge number of outages throughout West Michigan, throughout all of Michigan, really. And what happens is it makes it harder for us to bring back power to big groups of people all at once.
So this, in your eyes, is certainly worse than like a windstorm where we normally see power back within a couple days?
It's an interesting situation. We had a big windstorm last month that affected more people. However, there were fewer individual outages that storm than there were in this one. So what that means is crews are going to be able to go through a lot of neighborhoods and restore 5, 10, who knows how many groups of customers at a time. And then once they do one neighborhood, they're going to have to move over and do the next and do the next after that. It's going to make for a slow process, and we know the folks are going to have to be patient.
All right, Brian, last question. How do you prioritize? How do you decide who to work on first?
The main priority is to try to do the most good the fastest. So if there are large distribution lines that affect, say, thousands of people at a time, we try to make sure that we get those restored as fast as we can, if we can. And then from there, you work down to, say, more neighborhood lines, the 5 and 10 groups of customers at a time.
Okay, Brian Wheeler, of course, we post information from Consumers Energy online. We appreciate you keeping us up to date, and thank you for joining us live.
Thank you.
All right, we'll keep in touch. Berry County was hit hard by the winter blast overnight, leaving thousands without power there. 24-hour News 8's Mark Thompson spent the day there speaking with some of the people who live there who are now left in the dark.
No power for the pumps here in Middleville, and one by one, this Shell station along M37 had to turn paying customers away.
So we have some lights inside, but no furnace or computers, or can't do the pumps, any of that.
Heading into Hastings, most intersections looked like this one. No green, yellow, or red shining through these powerless traffic signals, leaving drivers to treat it like a four-way stop. Businesses along the main drag dark as well, and it was the same story as you slid into the neighborhoods.
It was about 5:30, 5:45, and our heater inside went off. It woke me up, and right about the same time it woke me up, I heard a big bang and a bright flash. That's when I figured a transformer or something probably blew.
Trees on lean with the weight of heavy ice, Josh Armour kept the kids clear of this downed power line along Jefferson and Grand, and with no timetable for restoration, he planned to spend most of the day out.
Right now, we're just heading out the door to go find somewhere to eat.
Always a welcome sign, Consumers Energy out on the job.
You guys busy today, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's getting worse too. Just hoping this snow wouldn't come, but it's going to make it heavier on the trees.
And with thousands still in the dark, it's going to take long working hours and perhaps days for crews to get the power restored by Christmas. In Berry County, Mark Thompson, 24-hour News 8.
All right, there are some warming centers that have been set up across West Michigan for those dealing with no power and therefore no heat. In Berry County, you can go to the Thornapple Township Emergency Post. That is on High Street. If you're in Battle Creek, the Red Cross building on Beetle Lake Road has opened its doors to people who are left in the dark. And in Ionia, a warming station has opened up at the Hubbardston Community Center for those who are in the cold. So lots being done to try and mitigate this situation for people who are without power. Now, the lights are back on tonight at the Gun Lake Casino. Here's what things looked like last night. A viewer sent us this picture saying the generator was keeping the lights on, but unfortunately all the machines were off. You can imagine the frustration there. Casino officials reportedly took the names and numbers of everyone inside and posted a message on their Facebook page because a lot of people had to leave and leave their money in those machines. Here's what the casino said: we have your information on file, and you can stop by the cage to pick up any money owed to you. Also, to all of our guests who are with us during the power outage, we'd like to thank you for your patience and understanding. As a token of our appreciation, we'd like to offer you $25 in free slot play.